Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another video here on my YouTube channel. Today, we're going to be doing another one of these mock drafts today. It's my mock draft 2.0. Now, the combine is this week. I'm excited for the combine. I'm ready to see some of these prospects get to work. So I'm doing a pre-combine mock draft. Now, keep in mind, there's been a lot of news coming out about teams not signing people, teams gonna sign people, people retiring, news coming about the prospects. I know, but I did this mock draft a couple days in advance, and I don't feel like changing it. Maybe there's some tweaks I made, but I don't remember. As well, I do this for a hobby, so I haven't really watched. I've watched a few, but I haven't watched everybody. You know what I mean? I'm still working on that. You guys know I'm in school and whatnot. So without further ado, let's start this mock draft up. Now I did change to this. I changed to this website PFF. I just the other site I was using there was just too many ads and it was a pain in the ass for the video purposes. So without further ado, now the Tennessee Titans are on the clock here at number 1. Last time we had them take Cam Ward, and we are still having them take Cam Ward here in this video. Now, PFF have different grades than the other rankings that I had. But there's been news. Kirk Cousins is seemingly getting released. Rodgers is already getting released. You still have Russell Wilson out there. Again, you have Sam Darnold. The Tennessee Titans, it wouldn't help. I mean, if they go out and sign an Aaron Rodgers, which someone said Aaron Rodgers would be a perfect fit. And I agree with that. I mean, the Titans could still go draft. I mean, they could go sign Aaron Rodgers. Now, they do have Will Levis. Maybe they go the opposite. We're going to sign Aaron Rodgers. Hey, Will Levis, learn under Aaron Rodgers for the next 1 or 2 years. And then they're gonna go out and draft Abdul Carter or Travis Hunter, or maybe they get lucky and they trade the first round pick. But again, I'm still going Cam Ward. Titans need a quarterback until we get more clarity on free agency. I do not know if Cam Ward is throwing at the combine. You guys know I'm a Shedeur Sanders guy. I prefer Shedeur over Cam Ward. I do like Cam Ward. I think he's going to be great. I do think him and Shedeur will be probably the 2 best quarterbacks. I think they're still both great. But yeah, Cam Ward to the Giants. I feel like most NFL people, higher ups, scouts, and whatnot prefer Cam Ward over Shedeur, so that's why I got Cam Ward instead of Shedeur. Next up, the Browns. The Browns also need a quarterback. I know that. Kirk Cousins, Matt Stafford apparently is on trade. I forgot to mention Matt Stafford. There's a bunch of quarterbacks in the free agent market. But the Browns, they are trading. I don't know what happened. The Browns are arguably probably trading Myles Garrett, and they're going to draft Duke Carter. They're going to draft his replacement, and they're probably, they're going to probably get maybe a first, maybe a couple picks for Myles Garrett. I don't know what they're going to get from Myles Garrett, but they replace him with Abdul Carter. Not a bad. Right now, I love Abdul Carter. I think he's probably the best edge rusher in this class. Right now, he's my second best player in this draft behind Travis Hunter. I really love Abdul Carter. I think he's a beast. He still has some work to do, but the thing with Abdul Carter, I read about and I watched in the film, this guy switched from like inside linebacker or outside linebacker, one of the two, and he switched to edge rusher. And there's still some things that he's got to work on. But dude, if the Browns want to drop Abdul Carter in coverage, he can do that. So Abdul Carter to the Browns makes sense. Myles Garrett, maybe the Browns can somehow keep Myles Garrett. Maybe they pair him with Abdul Carter, but Browns go a different direction. Abdul Carter, they're Giants. Now I hear the news about Matt Stafford. Again, Matt Stafford's also like 50 years old. I'm exaggerating, of course. But again, if you go out, Giants need a quarterback. Is Matt Stafford, Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson, Kirk Cousins their answer for the long term? No. It's probably a short-term thing, maybe a 1 or 2 year thing. Again, Shedeur Sanders comes in. He can sit behind them too, or whoever, Matt Stafford, or whoever. The Dayball and Shad, or right? Is it Shad, the GM of the Giants? I have no clue. They're playing dangerously. Their jobs are basically on the line this year. You get Matt Stafford, right, or somebody, have him for a year. I know he wants a new contract in like the 50 million range. I don't know if he's going to get that. We'll get more news as the combine goes because all 32 teams there. But again, you're not telling Shedeur to play right away. Tell him to sit there and learn. He's not throwing at the combine, which is very smart as of recently, I guess we can say, because we'll discuss that later, I guess. I don't know because well, if you throw out the combine, you're not really familiar with the people. So I mean, it's a big sense. It's a business decision. We know that. But Shador to the Giants, we'll see. I like that. I like that a lot. Next up, we have the Patriots. I think the Patriots have been in love with this guy since last year, maybe when they were kind of bad or they've been bad. I think they were, quote unquote, tanking for this guy. Travis Hunter, it has been announced he is going to play defensive back. I think he's the best defensive back in the country. Receiver, not so much. Do think he's probably like the second or third best receiver. I do like him at receiver, but again, I think he's mostly going to be playing cornerback for whatever team he goes to. Maybe you'll see him a little bit in offense on offensive receiver. He's probably not going to play both ways. Health reasons, longevity of career just doesn't make sense. And what the Patriots are doing, they're getting a cornerback to pair with Christian Gonzalez. I mean, as a Miami Dolphins fan, this would scare me. I don't want to see Christian Gonzalez and Travis Hunter on the same team. I mean, Waddle and Hill would just get locked down, unfortunately. And I love Travis Hunter, and I would hate that I have to root against him. I want to root for Travis Hunter. Travis Hunter's my best player. He's my guy. I loved him at Colorado. I really don't want to have to root against him, bro. So hopefully the Browns or the Titans or the Giants can take up for the Patriots. But again, for the Patriots, you could be looking at a few people: Travis Hunter, McMillan, maybe Mason Graham. If Abdul Carter falls to them, they got him. You could put Will Campbell in play, but I think Travis Hunter is the Patriots who they really want, and I think that's what most Patriot fans want. So Travis Hunter. Now the Jaguars, they can go multitude of options here. They can go Tetrana McMillan, Mason Graham. Maybe they want to go Genty. I don't know. Will Campbell. I think when I was looking at the Jags roster, I was looking at the team's rosters beforehand. The Jaguars need, in this situation, one or two players. It's McMillan or Graham. And I was looking at their D line. They really have no D tackles. That's why I'm giving them Mason Graham to pair up with Mason Smith and Trayvon Walker. I think the Jags also have Eric Armstead. And guys, Jaguars fans, we're going at Bengal. Listen, Eric Armstead's 31. He's not getting any older or younger, I should say. So you pair Mason Graham, probably, I think he's in my top 5 for best players on my big board. So the Jaguars get Mason Graham, who is really good. I like Mason Graham. He's a ball wrecker here. If I could pull, I think I could pull up some PFF grades here on here. You can see his stats here. He's a 91.91 this season. I don't know. Does it show their height and whatnot? First look. Oh yeah, there it is. He's got good height, good weight. He's 21.4. I don't know. We're gonna play around with PFF for the coming mock drafts. But yeah, you could also put McMillan in the Jags category too, because Christian Kirk, he's up there in age. Gabriel Davis, terrible free agent signing for them. You could pair him with Brian Thomas Jr., which wouldn't be bad. And same thing, you could also go Will Campbell in the spot. I know many people want to think Will Campbell can go to guard, but you can put him at tackle, maybe at tackle, put him at guard, and keep Trevor Lawrence healthy. Raiders, there's only one obvious answer. It's Tetrana McMillan. I'm going to ask you, Raiders fans, I'm looking at you. The Raiders need so much. The Raiders can go Will Johnson. Ashton Genty could be in play here. Pete Carroll want to run the ball. Will Campbell could be in play. Maybe Tyler Warren, but I highly doubt it. Who else? I mean, Will Johnson, like I said, maybe attack. I mean, there's so many needs the Raiders need. But I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to ask this question to anyone. Can anyone name me a receiver on the Raiders besides Jacoby Myers? Because I can tell you right now, outside of Jacoby Myers, I have no clue who any of their receivers are. And no offense, Jacoby Myers, if you're watching, he's not a number 1 wide receiver. Maybe with the Patriots he was, but with the Raiders, on the Raiders, no, he's not. So Teteron McMillan, you guys know my stance on Teteron McMillan. I'm probably butchering this guy's name, poor guy. He to me, he's the best receiver in this draft class. He's probably, I think he's in my top 5 best players. I see gold jacket potential with Mr. McMillan. I've seen people mock draft him 19 to the Bucks. Low, I'm like sitting at 15s and whatnot. I'm like, these people don't know ball clearly. Maybe because Daniel Jeremiah. I love Daniel Jeremiah. I'm a big Daniel Jeremiah fan. These guys can scout for a living. I have to go to school, work, and I don't have a lot of free time to be scouting these people. So if it was my job, you damn right I'd be scouting these prospects. And plus, I'm really not that good at scouting. I don't know what I'm looking for. I literally, all I do is just watch the film and I see what these guys are doing. And I'm like, damn, that looks nice. But yeah, that's all I do. And I read stuff, of course. I also watch a lot of Bengal and I watch a lot of Dale and Jeremiah. But that's besides the point. McMillan to the Raiders gives them number one receiver. Jets. I had a tough time picking for the Jets. I mean, I've seen some people mock. I almost went back. I've seen some people mock Tyler Warren to the Jets, which this tight end class, if I can pull up tight ends here, it's a very deep tight end class. You got Colston Loveland, who's probably going to go in the first round. I mean, Harold Fannin, I like. Mason Taylor, Arroyo, Helm. It just, there's a lot of tight ends. You know, even Jake Burrow still had a good year for Clemson. He seems pretty solid. Even this Syracuse tight end I kind of like. I think this guy is good from Utah, but he got hurt and whatnot. But again, I have no clue what the Jets are doing. The Jets could also get a quarterback. Maybe the Jets trade up for Shorter or a Cam Ward. It's going to be very interesting to see how, where is he? Jackson Dart does at the combine. Same with Milrow and Gabriel. But I think for the Jets, they're losing DJ Reed in free agency, and I'm going Will Johnson. Pair him up with Sauce Gardner. I have really no clue. Mason Graham for me is like the Jets pick. If Mason Graham ain't there for the Jets, I have no clue who to pick. But you pair Will Johnson up with Sauce Gardner. I like Will Johnson. He didn't have a really good year in college. He was banged up with injuries. Michigan was not that good, so you can put in the aspect, well, was Will Johnson really trying out there? I don't know. But yeah, he was good for them, Michigan Wolverines, in their national championship run. But I also seen Will Johnson falling in some mock drafts, but it depends how Will Johnson does at the combine. He might raise his stock again. But with the Jets, they're losing DJ Reed. Aaron Glenn's a defense guy. I don't see the Jets going Tyler Warren. I just don't. I mean, their tight end room is kind of bad, I guess we can say. But there's also some other good tight ends they can get later. You know, I don't know. I just don't know. So I'm going Will Johnson with the Jets. Panthers, a guy who I didn't really watch, still haven't watched, by the way. I still got to watch some film on him, but I have read about him. I've heard good things from Mel Kiper and Daniel Jeremiah. Jalen Walker, let me pull him up here. He's 6'2", 245. Yes, it has him as a linebacker on here, but I've heard he plays edge. I mean, he was a 73.1 as overall grade. Texas had a 79. I don't pay for the PFF subscription. Maybe I should. I don't know. I doubt it. Actually, I'm not going to pay for that. I just use it as a mock draft. But yeah, I've heard Jalen Walker. I can't wait to watch his film. Many people are saying he could be a top 5 player in this class. And, you know, the Panthers kind of need edge. Do they need edge help? I got to check their depth maybe again. But yeah, they do need edge after losing Brian Burns. And you get Jalen Walker, who these Georgia linemen, look at Jalen Carter, look at Nolan Smith. These Georgia D linemen are monsters right now. So the Panthers get some help on the edge. I wish I could talk more about Jalen Walker, but I'm loving the stuff I'm reading, loving the stuff I'm hearing. I cannot wait to see him whenever I get to him. I probably should, but I've been watching some other players. Anyway, the Saints. Will Campbell. Now, Saints fans may argue with me. Well, we have Ryan Ramczyk. We have Trevor Panning. We have Talise Fuangai. Number one, Saints right now need a rebuild. I think they can't keep going over the cap. They're still $90 million in cap. I don't know. Ryan Ramczyk's also old. Yeah, I don't know his contract. I don't know if you can move off that contract. But if I'm the Saints, I would look into that. I know they on the depth chart they have listed Trevor Panning at right tackle, Talise Fuangai listed at left tackle. Well, here's my thing. I don't know why Talise Fuangai is playing left tackle. I mean, at Oregon State, he was pretty good at right tackle. I think that was his career year there, maybe. Maybe I'm wrong. But it feels like he's more of a right tackle than a left tackle. Well, here's what you could do. The Saints could plug and play. You have Trevor Panning. I don't know anything about Trevor Panning. I don't know if he's good. I don't know if he's bad. Saints fan, help me out. What you could do is you move Talise Fuangai to right, move Trevor Panning to backup, and you can slide Will Campbell to left tackle. And guess what? If injuries happen to like your guard, you can move Will Campbell into your guard, Fuangai back to left, Panning out to right. Or if the Will Campbell experiment isn't working at tackle, you move him to guard and you move Fuangai back to the left and put Panning in. Saints can plug and play. The Saints need to rebuild. Back-to-back lineman picks. They get Will Campbell, Talise Fuangai. I mean, you're building that offense line, right? So I could also see the Saints drafting Genty. I mean, Alvin Kamara's up there in age. Again, maybe they go quarterback. Jackson Dart, if he has a good combine, we'll see. But yeah, man, I'm going Will Campbell. Again, you guys know my stance on Will Campbell. I think he's gold jacket potential. I think I have him at right now as my third best player in this class. That's how high I am on Will Johnson. For the Bears, I have Kelvin Banks. Hold on, I want to draft Kelvin Banks. Yeah, thank you. Kelvin Banks to the Bears. I could definitely see Ashton Genty in play for the Bears, knowing how Ben Johnson had Gibbs and David Montgomery. Maybe he drafts Genty. Genty's more of like a power back, like the David Montgomery, and then maybe they draft the Speedster or sign a Speedster to be their Jahmyr Gibbs. But Kelvin Banks, Bears need O-line. You just drafted Caleb Williams, number 1 overall. Caleb Williams was running with a chicken, like his head cut off. He wasn't really getting the help protection. I do know Trevon Jenkins is a free agent, and knowing I have read and heard some stuff that Kelvin Banks might have to play guard instead of tackle. So guess what? Trevon Jenkins, I believe, plays left guard. You put Banks right at left guard, or maybe if they sign Jenkins, you put him at right guard. But Caleb Williams needs some protection. So there you go. But I could see Genty going. Maybe they could go edge rusher, but I think tackle or guard is the pick there. Niners, bang bang Niner game. We're going with a tackle. We're going with Ahmed Medabu. Still need to watch some more film on this guy, but I have read and heard about him. I've seen some of his film. Looks pretty good. I think he's more of a right tackle, I heard. Maybe I'm wrong. And the 49ers have issue at lineman right now. Trent Williams is very old right now, and their depth is just not good over there. They I don't know who their right tackle is. Brock Purdy was getting destroyed. Well, Ahmed Menabu, let's look at him here. Let's look at his first look here. He's 6'3", 314. That's not bad, really. He had a 90.4 season. Wow, his worst game was 8. That probably was. Best game was Mississippi State. I mean, I got to watch more film and read more stuff about it. But I do like what I saw in the film. So Niners get him. He might even go higher. Dallas Cowboys. Yeah, I'm still going Ashton Genty. I know Zach Martin retired. I know they need help on that D line. Maybe they go Michael Williams if Jalen Walker's there, but I'm still going Genty. I think the Cowboys want to run the ball again. I'm going Genty again. Maybe things will change. I could see Genty falling in this draft a little bit, or maybe he goes earlier, but I'm going Genty. I think the Cowboys want to run the ball. Granted, they don't have a good O-line right now, but you want to run the ball? There you go, Ashton. I'm looking at their running back. And again, the Cowboys, if they want to run the ball, Rico Dowell and Deuce Vaughn, Ezekiel Elliott, I don't know if he's still there. He's probably, oh yeah, if they sign him back. I did hear the Cowboys want to be aggressive in free agency. I mean, Jerry Jones always says that, but again, the running backs are not good. And if you want to run the ball, you got Ashton Genty, who ran the ball very good at Boise State. Well, Greg, that was bad competition. Listen, if you put him on Georgia and he was doing that, you guys would be glazing him, okay? Ashton Genty's a stud. I hope the Dolphins maybe get him. I would love Ashton Genty for my Dolphins, but Ashton Genty, the Cowboys, say they can run the ball. You could maybe go, maybe a tackle, maybe a guard goes there, maybe a D lineman, but I have Genty still there. My Miami Dolphins, I'm telling you right now, with my Miami Dolphins, I will have a pick for the Miami Dolphins different every different mock draft. I'm having a different pick, but my pick for this one is Tyler Booker. Tyler Booker, I got to watch some film on him. I still have it. He's 6'5", 325. That's not a bad guard. He 66.5. I don't know about that. I know we judge PFF numbers, but Tyler Booker, Dolphins need guards. Again, the Dolphins might side guards in free agency. We will see about that. Maybe that thing's changed, but I'm going Tyler Booker. Dolphins get an offensive line. Colts, Tyler Warren. You could argue maybe if Will Johnson falls here, they take Will Johnson. But Tyler Warren, they wanted Brock Bowers last year. They tried trading up for him, didn't get him, ended up getting Latu. But now they get Tyler Warren, the best tight end in this class, in my opinion. I love Tyler Warren. Will he be throwing the ball, running the ball, snapping the ball and throwing it? I don't know. Maybe. maybe he does that. I don't know. I love Tyler Warren. He was really good at Penn State. And I don't. Who's their who's their coach? Is it Shane Steichen? I don't know his name, unfortunately. Maybe he's got plans ready for Tyler Warren if he comes in. So that's the pick there. Falcons. We're going edge, and we're going with a hometown kid, Michael Williams. I did see some tape of Michael Williams. Let me pull it up here. Maybe this is good that we use PFF. 6'5", 265, not bad. He had a 78.4 this past season. Mississippi State was his best game. Alabama was his worst game. Again, I like Michael Williams. I still got to watch maybe a little bit more tape, read a little bit more stuff. But, hey, Atlanta Falcons need edge. They got the hometown kid. There. What was I trying to say? Fungus monkey. I forgot what I was going to say. But, yeah. Oh, yeah. Georgia edge rushers dominating in the league. Atlanta brings home a Georgia boy. There you go. Michael Williams to the Falcons. Not much to say. I got to watch more film on him and whatnot. Guys, I'm busy. I'm trying to watch multiple films. I'm trying to watch everybody, and that is first round, so that way we have a good mock draft for you guys. But it's hard, man. It's hard. I watched a video on like Michael Williams and the Metabuke guy from Missouri, whatever his name is. It goes in one ear, it goes out the other, my knowledge. I don't know, but Michael Williams there to help the defense. Well, Arizona Cardinals, my goodness, this PFF site sucks a little bit because I don't know, can this go away? Maybe it's because I'm using my iMac. Walter Nolan is my pick. I love Walter Nolan. I watched his tape. I want to be upset if he goes to the Dolphins. He looks pretty freaking good. He's got good Excel. Good awareness. I don't know. Does he have a good awareness? I don't remember. Dude, he's a good block shedder, I guess we can say. Let's pull up his PFF. Maybe we can learn a little bit more about him. 6'3", 305, 88.9. Best game was Furman, haha, and worst game was Arkansas. That's all I get. But I do like Walter Nolan. I think he has good block setting and whatnot. I think he can get to the quarterback. And, for the Cardinals coach, who I forget what his name is, he would be fit like a glove on that defense for the Cardinals. Cardinals need help on the interior, as you can see there. But that's all I really got to say on Walter Nolan. Maybe I got to watch the videos again. Maybe I don't know. Bengals, we're going to give him an edge rusher if this thing works. Not James Pierce Jr. We're going to give Mike Green here. Mike Green, Marshall. People are going to say, well, Greg, he played at Marshall. Guys, the competition is not really a big deal as far as I'm concerned. Listen, man, the competition argument for Genty and even Mike Green, maybe another guy we have on the board, it's just like, dude, yes, they're going to the NFL. It's going to be a lot more calibrated talent. But if you can do it at the FCS level and, you go to, and now you're going to the NFL with NFL coaching and whatnot, you can develop. And these coaches, their job is to develop you. These coaches are getting paid to develop you. So you take their information and you put it to use. Look at Randy Moss, played at Marshall. Guy's the Hall of Fame. You know what I'm saying? Tony Romo. What do you go to school? Northern Iowa, Eastern Illinois? Look at him. Jimmy Garoppolo. He's had a pretty solid career from Eastern Illinois. Who else we got? I can't think off the top of my own. But Mike Green to the Bengals. Bengals need help on the edge. Mike Green, I think Daniel Jeremiah had him 9th in his latest mock draft. I don't think he goes top 10, but he could definitely be in play. And the Bengals need help on the edge. Al Golden, their new D coordinator, now gets some help there. They also have Trey Hendrickson. They're probably going to rework his deal and whatnot. Next up for the Seattle Seahawks, I have Jai Hada Campbell. I don't have no clue about it. This is the one guy in my mock draft I have no clue about. Now, the Seattle Seahawks clearly need help at center and guard. I believe John Snyder, their GM, has came out saying offensive lineman's a waste of a first-round pick, or maybe I got the quote wrong. Bengal mentioned it in his thing. Maybe I misread his quote. I don't know. But I heard also about Jalad Campbell, that he was recruited as an edge, and they put him at linebacker, and Seattle needs an edge, so he could help. He's 6'3", 244, 81.6. Best game was West Kentucky. Worst game was Vanderbilt. I haven't watched anything about Joel Hog Campbell, so my bad. I'll have to look into that. I mean, hey! I just realized I forgot the combines the combines this week, so I'm gonna get to watch these players do the drills. So that way now I get to learn the players a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So I can't believe I forgot to mention. We mentioned that in the intro, but I've been sitting here for 25 minutes. Buccaneers. We're also gonna go with Edge. We're gonna go with Tremaine Stewart. Now Tremaine Stewart, apparently, Tremaine Stewart, there's a lot of potential with him. Now the production may have not been there if we can pull it up. He only had 2 sacks this year, 2 sacks last year, and 2 sacks in 22. But he's got like good athleticism. That maybe a coach can coach up. I've seen people mock him in like the team, like for the Falcons, or I've seen people maybe mark him for the Dolphins. But yeah, he's got good athleticism. He's just got to develop. I mean, wherever he goes, he has to develop. If he doesn't develop, then he's not going to be the pick you were hoping he would be. I also heard from somebody, I don't know how true this is, maybe our guy Bone Man. If you guys don't know who Bone Man is, he's in our YouTube live streams. He's a Texas A&M fan, so he knows a little bit more about him than me. But what I did hear was a rumor that someone said that like he quits when the play is not being able to be made. Maybe I misheard it, but I don't know if that's true or not. So I'm not going to buy that. Anyway, Tremaine Stewart to the Bucks. There you go. Luther Burton to the Broncos. Broncos could use a little help at receiver. They do have Mims. They do have Sutton. I just didn't feel like giving them Colston Loveland again. I think Colston Loveland would be a pipe dream of a pick for the Broncos. I think Colston Loveland with Bo Nix in that offense, I mean, that would be looking good. But I just want to switch it up. We'll give him Luther Burton. Luther Burton, I think, is the second best receiver. Then I would put Travis Hunter at third for receiver. But yeah, Luther Burton was a stud last year at Missouri. Didn't really have the production this year. I mean, let's take a look at his PFF stuff. He had 676 yards. Wow. I did not know he had that. And 61 receptions. Damn. But he's still going to be a stud he has last year in Missouri. Then we'll be fine. Steelers. This is going to come as a shocker for some people, but I have a second running back going in this mock draft if I can find it. I have Trayvon Henderson going to the Steelers. Najee Harris is apparently a free agent. Jaylen Warren is also a free agent. And I think Trayvon Henderson is probably the second best running back in this class. I like Trayvon Henderson, even though he went to Ohio State. Trayvon Henderson, best pass blocker I heard in this draft class. He's got really good speed, good athleticism. He has the potential to, like, if he finds a hole, he could burst it. I mean, look at the Oregon game. He found the hole, burst it. And I don't know if that was him in the Texas game. Did he burst one to the house before halftime? So, like, Trayvon Henderson, I think, is the second best running back in the class, in my opinion. And the Steelers need running back help. Maybe instead of going with a bruiser back like Najee and Warren, maybe they bring one of them back. Maybe they bring both back. I don't know. But maybe to take the pressure off whoever the quarterback is, you give him Trayvon Henderson, who can pass block. He can burst through holes. That would be a solid pick. I don't think the Steelers would do it, though. They did it with Najee. Clearly didn't work out. Will they do it with Trayvon Henderson? I don't know. But maybe we talked about Genty. Genty may fall in this draft, and I've seen people mock Genty down to this range. I've seen people mock him to the Steelers at 21, but here's the thing. If Genty is still available past the Cowboys, I think if a team like the Steelers or the Broncos want Genty, they're going to trade up for Genty. I think it'd be one of these two. If Genty's still on the board, they're gonna. I think one of these three teams right here, Chargers, Steelers, Broncos, may trade up for him. But I have Trayvon Henderson going to the Steelers. Jim Harbaugh is gonna get his boy, Colston Loveland. I don't know why PFF has him so low. General Jeremiah has him in his top 10, 50 players. Hayden Hurst is their tight end. Hayden Hurst. He's getting up there in age. Jim Harbaugh gets his guy that he coached at Michigan. Why not? Why not do it? Got to still watch film on Colston Loveland. I did love him when he was at Michigan. He was making plays. He was always seemingly wide open in like the Alabama and even maybe the national championship. But yeah, I love Colston Loveland. I think if Jim Harbaugh gets him, he's going to be drooling from the mouth with Colston Loveland. Green Bay Packers, a guy who I did not have in my mock draft prior, but I watched Bengal. I've watched some film on this guy. I still got to maybe watch a little bit more film on him. But the Green Bay Packers are going to go with our Azariah, I probably butchered it. Thomas, cornerback from Florida State. I know Bengals high on him. I know people in the mock draft like Daniel Jeremiah. They probably are high on him. They don't have him go in the first round. Now Green Bay. I think please correct me if I'm wrong in the chat. I think Mr. Thomas is a press corner. He plays, or he's a good press man corner. I don't know if it was good press man zone. I don't know if he's better in zone than man. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I got to go back and watch the tape. Maybe I got to go back and watch the video I watched on Mr. Thomas. But apparently, I heard a rumor. Jaire Alexander is possibly on his way out in Green Bay. And I think when I was watching the film, I'm like, damn, Azarius Thomas, if maybe when I was doing the mock draft, I'm like, well, Green Bay, maybe they get rid of Jaire Alexander. Isaiah Thomas, Mr. Thomas here, he kind of looked like Jaire Alexander. Kind of looks like what the Green Bay Packers want to do at DB. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think any of these corners go in the first round. I just don't. I could see Mr. Barron going, and that's probably it. Thomas, Amos Revel, and Benjamin Morris, I just don't see him maybe go in the first round. I mean, maybe if he has a good combine, he will have a good. Let's look at his thing. He's 6'2", 198, not bad, 76.4. Best game was Cal, worst game was Florida. But yeah, if Green Bay moves on for Jaire Alexander, I think Thomas could fill that role. Maybe I'm wrong. Please, again, correct me in the comments section whether you're a fan of your favorite team, you don't like who I gave you, or maybe you watch this prospect and I am wrong. Please correct me. I love being corrected, especially when it comes to this stuff. Next up, we have the Minnesota Vikings. I have them selecting Gray Zabel, North Dakota State product. Yeah, they have him listed as tackle. I don't think he's going to be playing tackle in the NFL. I heard this man could play guard. I heard he could play center. And the Vikings, we watched that playoff game. We watched a playoff game, and the Rams blitzing just was overwhelming the Minnesota Vikings. Maybe it was Sam Darnold, maybe it was the O-line. But guess what? The Vikings get help with Gray Zabel. Again, the competition factor is going to be there, but I don't care about the competition factor. If their film looks good, I like them. And I want Gray Zabel to come to Miami Dolphins, but I think taking him at 13 is too high. He can play guard, center. Like I said, he can even play tackle. He was a Senior Bowl practice player of the week. The Senior Bowl is where his draft stock rise. I'm very excited to see him at the Combine this week. Texans are up. I am going to speed through this because it's almost 1 in the morning. I got to study for something, or I got something. I got to study for something. Not an exam, a quiz that I have tomorrow morning. I'm going to Emeka Egbuka. I get it. Josh Simmons is still on the – I still have not Malachi Starks. I still have Josh Simmons on the board. But I think CJ Stroud is going to come in and be like, hey, let's go get Emeka Egbuka. Let's pair me up with him like I had him at Ohio State. I know the Texans need O-line. Josh Simmons makes perfect sense. But if CJ Stroud's like, get me Emeka Egbuka, it fits like a glove. Stephon Diggs a free agent. They have Tank Dell. He's got injury concerns. They have Nico Collins, and you pair up Emeka Egbuka. I mean, look at that three-headed monster they got there in Houston right now. But it's not going to work if they don't get O-line. I can see the Texans fans arguing with me in the comments. But I have Emeka Egbuka. I think that's going to fit like a glove. I have the Rams going with Josh Simmons. Josh Simmons might go higher than what I have him at 26. But the reason why I have him at 26 is he did get hurt this past year. And usually when you get hurt, it kind of tanks your draft stock. So, but I still think he's first round. I still got to watch film on him. I hate when I got to say this stuff. But again, you guys know I'm busy. You know I do this for a hobby. Ravens, I have them taking a Michigan man. Kenneth Grant, I think they need a little help on the inside there. I don't know. John Harbaugh, Jim Harbaugh, they're Michigan men. And he's seen him. I think Kenneth Grant was on that 2023 national title. So John Harbaugh seen a glimpse of him. And I think I've heard a rumor, or from a Michigan people, that Kenneth Grant was like better than is like Mason Graham level. It's just like he doesn't have the name recognition or something along those lines. But Kenneth Grant to the Ravens gives the Ravens some, defensive interior help. I don't hate the pick. I love that pick. Lions. We have them selecting a guy I have never heard of until mock draft season, and I haven't even watched him yet. Donovan Ezuaruka, whatever the frick this guy's name is. People are giving him a lot of buzz, rightfully so. Still haven't watched him, so I can't really speak on him. This will be my first intercation with him. I know he played at BC. He's 6'2", 247. He had a 90 this year. Damn. His best game was Pitt. Worst game was Louisville. Maybe I gotta watch some film on this guy. I have not heard of him until Bengal and freaking Daniel Jeremiah. Lions need edge. They get some help. Now, with James Pierce Jr., I love James Pierce Jr. I really do. I think he's going to be a beast. Last year, he was getting buzzed to be number 1 pick, but Daniel Jeremiah did not have him in his first or second previous mock draft. That's kind of why I kind of left him out. Maybe it's a character issue. Maybe it's something else. I don't know. I think James Pierce Jr. should go in the first round. Maybe I should have put him instead of a guy I haven't watched or heard of until this very moment, but that's what I heard. Washington Commanders, I have them selecting Jahan Barron. He may go higher than this. I know from Bengal, he's very high in Mr. Barron. I think Barron's more of I think I heard he's more of a slot corner. He can also play safety for you. And the Commanders, they need secondary help. I mean, if you watch that Eagles game, their secondary was getting torched. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I wasn't watching the game enough because I was doing a 5-year rebuild. But yeah, Commanders need help on the corners. They need the Commanders need defense help. Maybe they go James Pierce Jr. instead. I don't know. I also feel like the Commanders are kind of picking in the worst spot. 29. I just don't know. I just don't know. But Jahan Barron goes to the Commanders. Next up for the Bills, I have 2 players. Is it Malachi Starks, Derek Harmon? You could also see Malcolm Golden go here, get help some hits. Let me repeat that again. I have 3 players that could go to Buffalo. Malik Starks, Derek Harmon, and Matthew Golden. I'm going with Malachi Starks. I think the Bills could use maybe a little bit more help in the secondary. Damar Hamlin. I don't know. Was he that bad? Was he good this year, Damar Hamlin? Maybe I'm wrong. I didn't mean bad. Was he good this year? I have no clue. But I really love Malachi Starks. I hope he goes to my Dolphins at 13. But again, with Malachi Starks, it has nothing to do with him. We have seen this, guys, in years prior. We were saying Brian Branch should go in the first round. A bunch of other safeties, I can't think off the top of my head. It's 1 a.m. They fall to the second round. I don't know why. I don't know why safeties are falling to the second round, but I feel like Malachi Starks is going to get that kind of treatment. But I think he should go in the first round. Buffalo would be a fit. I don't know if Micah Hyde's still there. I think he might have retired. I know that Jordan Poyer's not there. I know they have Damar Hamlin, and that's it. I don't know if the Hamlin. I mean, what did Damar Hamlin have a good year? I don't know. I don't follow the Buffalo Bills. I hate this team with a passion, and I hate that Malachi Starks is going to Buffalo in this mock draft. I would hate to see it because the Dolphins need a safety. But I love Malachi Starks. Still got to watch some things about him. I mean, he's 6'1", 205. Looks pretty good. I heard about him, read about him. Got to watch that film a little bit there. But Malachi Starks falling down to 30th due to nothing in his control. Next up, we have the Chiefs. I don't care what anyone says. The Chiefs need a tackle. I'm going Josh Cornelly Jr. Now, I still got to watch some stuff. I did read and heard about this guy. He looks pretty good, honestly. The Chiefs need a tackle. I mean, Joe Thuney, I guess, was playing left tackle in the Super Bowl, and I was not aware of this. Joe Thuney's a guard. The Chiefs need a tackle drastically. Josh Connolly Jr. is their guy. The only thing about Josh Connolly, I think he's pretty good. Let's look at his freaking first look stuff. 6'4", 315. Many people are praising him. The only thing Josh Conley Jr. is getting negative praise about is that thing with Mike Green at the Senior Bowl. And then finally the Eagles. This is going to be a shocker, but I have Darius Alexander from Toledo going to why are we getting ads? Really? I can't control this. Where's the X button on here? Oh, there we go. Darius Alexander, he has been getting first round buzz since the Senior Bowl. Will he go in the first round? I don't know. If he has a good combine, maybe he will. I think the Eagles need some interior help. I know they're losing Milton Williams. I know they are losing somebody else in the. Oh, Josh Sweat's another one. Josh Sweat, Milton Williams. Maybe they're both edges. I think they're both edges. Maybe we should have drafted an edge, but I don't know. Darius Alexander. Again, the competition will be there with Toledo. But Vic Fangio loves his D lineman. So Darius Alexander, don't know. I haven't watched film on this guy. I just heard he did good at the Senior Bowl. That's why I have him going to the Eagles. I do gotta watch film. So that is my mock draft 2.0 pre-combine edition. Now, this was supposed to go up Monday. It's obviously going up Tuesday morning. So yeah, that's my mock draft 2.0. The next mock draft I will have will be next Monday. It will be the mock draft after the combine and whatnot. I will do my best to watch the combine. I got school Thursday, Friday, so I don't know if I get a chance to watch it. We shall see if I get the chance. I'm excited for the combine, man. Comment down below, what do I need to do? I mean, for your favorite team, I should say. Did I nail your team's pick? Did I fail you and your team? Comment down below. Was there a player that you feel like your team should take? Who do you hope your team selects? Please comment down below. Greg, please go watch film on these guys so you know what you can talk about. And I will do so. I will continuously do that. It's a process. You guys know I'm busy. Homework, school, classwork, readings, all that good stuff I have to do. This is a hobby for me. I love mock draft season. And, guys, the combine's coming up, so I get to watch these guys all in action. So I hope we can have a little bit more to talk about. I don't know. Anyway, hit like, hit subscribe. I guess hit like, subscribe. You guys want to keep doing this. If you're new here, it takes 1 second to hit like, 1 second to hit sub. If you're already subscribed, it takes 1 second to hit like. And with that being said, I hope you guys have a great day or have a great night. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. I'm out.